February 12th, 2026. As you can tell, I'm in a totally new, but very old kind of standard here for me. I'm on my way to Montana. The deep thought of the day is this. I thought about this while I was walking, and that is when you get to focus on one problem, it feels really fantastic. And in this case, it relates to how my troubleshooting with the app. Typically, I encounter 100 different problems at once. Obviously, very metaphorical. It's usually just a few. But when this happens, I don't know. You have to kind of decide your priorities. What order do you want to go, or whatever? And you have a bunch of different things that you're troubleshooting, but also I have the what's coming next in my mind as well. Like, what are the new parts of the app that I'm going to be working on? What are the new features I'm going to be working on? And in general, that's just kind of how I'm always operating. And until today, I've never had it where I got to just focus on one thing. I had one problem. I haven't had anything else reported. Just mostly probably because the people that are in my beta test group are not trying much stuff out, so they just haven't given me much feedback. So, most of these problems, I'm finding them on my own and just troubleshooting them. But I only have this one problem, and knowing, like, right now I'm on my work trip here, I'm on my way to do that, and being aware of that, I know I'm not going to start working on new big features until I get back from the trip. So that part of my normal brain of thinking ahead gets to kind of take a break. And I only had, at the time that I was thinking about this, one problem. And wow, it's almost euphoric feeling. Strange as that might sound. It feels good to have something to work on. So, and troubleshooting issues is essentially just as valuable as innovating and putting together new sections. But it's having the one problem and nothing else distracting me, and no other thing to focus on. Wow, that's such a weird, I don't know really exactly how to describe it, because it's kind of a rare thing that I get to indulge in. So rare, in fact, I can't remember I've ever being in this position to only have one thing. So I had to express it. That is my deep thought of the day. I don't even know. I guess the call to action that would be related to that is really appreciate it when you have those moments in life, huh? I'm really appreciating it. It's recognize it first, I guess, so that you can appreciate it, but then really appreciate it. The day was pretty standard, other than all my packing and leaving for Montana. So I got up. I slept well, actually, 7+ hours. I want to say right around 7. The sleep score thing gave me like a 93 or 94, which is pretty cool. I was working on that one issue. I went on a walk. Walk was good. Oh, I just hit a button. Hopefully that didn't do anything goofy here. I went on a walk. I came back. I continued working on that problem. I also did some packing for my trip. And eventually solved that problem. It took a while though. It took most of the day, but I was able to do some packing in between while I was waiting for builds to compile and stuff. So I had a lot of waiting and testing and a lot of packing, and that's basically my whole day. And then I finally hit the road around 9 or so, 10, something like that. It's now almost 5 a.m. I ran out of gas a little while ago. Carlin was able to help me out. I was pretty close to Idaho Falls. Quite lucky and thankful to him for that. So I lost maybe a couple hours or an hour and a half dealing with the gas there. And I have about 3 hours, 40 minutes left of driving to get to my location. So I'm gonna crash here for a little while. I'll just nap until I wake up, and then I'll get moving. All right, that is the tale of the day. I don't have any, because I don't record time lapse when it's nighttime. So maybe if it's sunrise when I start, I'll get some time lapse for tomorrow's entry. All right, thanks for swinging by. Until next time, take it easy.